everyone. We're from Group 3, namely Dinda Mayang Doranti, Mayang Deni Pramudia, Rahmadia William and Rizky April Wibisono. And we're going to talk about the management of trash. First, I'm going to explain about trash. Trash is something that is always there in everyday life. Everything that is active will definitely produce trash, and so is what happens in our environment. The problem from this discussion is that the trash management process that has been carried out has not been carried out in good and correct category. This is because the trash management process is carried out by improper disposal, and there are still many people who don't know the management in disposing of trash. The purpose of this discussion is to find out a good trash management system and its handled in trash management. Talking about trash, what is it? In general, trash is residual material that is disposed as a result of production residue, both industrial and household. Another definition of trash is something that humans don't want after the process or use ends. According to WHO or World Health Organization, trash is good that come from human activities that are no longer disliked or thrown away. There are two types of trash, which are organic and non-organic. What is organic trash? Organic trash is a type of trash produced by biological material. Most of the household trash is classified as organic waste. For example, such as vegetable waste and food waste. Then, what is non-organic trash? Non-organic trash is the trash that produced from non-biological material that are difficult to decompose, but this non-organic trash can be recycled or used for something new. For example, you can make a new bottle, plastic, paper, cardboard, or whatever you like, you can recycle it. As you can see on the screen, and you can read it too, this is a problem related to trash in Indonesia, namely in Greater Jakarta, with more than 30 million people send more than 50,000 tons of waste to 8 landfills every day. The waste that the Greater Jakarta has produced in the past 3 years could fill up Jakarta's tallest skyscraper. You guys can imagine that there is so many trash, there is so many garbage that if it's been collected, the garbage can be as high as skyscraper, like the Tall Gamma Tower, which is 310 meters that can grow to the metropolitan area into a crisis. So what we can do? What we do to deal with this problem? Of course, our presentation today will be the best solution in terms of handling trash problem for the community to understand good and correct trash management. Next slide will be explained by Rahma.
For your explanation, let's focus on this picture. Food is disaster by trash. We know that development of Jakarta City area is so rapid and has developed economically, but the development in the city has area decreased ecologically. With the increasing population growth, the capacity of waste generated is also higher. A flood has disastrous consequences. When it hits a megacity like Jakarta and its surrounding towns in Indonesia, the number of people affected is half the flood during these few years affected more than 400,000 people. This climate emergency proves that governments and rescue organizations should massively invest in climate adaptation projects or the consequences for the most vulnerable will get worse. Next slide. We will tell you about how to manage stress. We will do good waste management by first separating them to several parts. A plastic must be put together with plastic waste, while waste that can be decomposed is combined with organic waste. Some examples of inorganic waste are aluminum cans, spoons, plastics, and glass. And a few instances of inorganic waste are paper, cardboard, bitumen, and examples of organic waste are vegetables, water, milk, fruit, cans of food, and other organic waste. That way, waste management will be able to run well with the waste not mixed anymore. Next slide, we will focus on the left side first. For a long time, a organic waste will be processed into compost, which can be used to fertilize plants. People who work in plantation can use this compost inside their sheep, which is easy to besides that, the impact on the environment is also very good and does not harm the environment like bottles can be collected and then painted or decorated at home. The result will look attractive and have economic value to trade. We can do reduce, reuse, recycle the amount of waste we throw away. The concept neither resources, landfill space and energy, plus the tree air save land and money. Communities must use disposed waste in landfill. Next.
Thank you, Rama. Poor trash management will certainly have an impact on human health. As we know, cleanliness is an important factor to maintain the health of the human body. We often see the word "put trash in its place" in the public area. This indicates that trivial things such as taking out the trash can become important things for humans. If people are negligent of this, there will be a buildup of garbage. Garbage accumulation can cause many diseases. Bacteria and viruses will multiply faster, and diseases from the trash can be carried by insects such as flies to the human body. Some diseases that can be caused by trash are diarrhea, dengue fever, cholera, and hepatitis A. Some of these diseases are dangerous diseases for humans. In this case, the government should be more firm in giving sanctions to people who litter. With the sanction, people will be afraid to litter. Of course, this must be balanced with the provision of sufficient trash cans in the public area, and also socialization to increase public awareness to manage trash properly. This awareness must be instilled since childhood. School and teachers must make strict rules regarding trash management. With this program, people will get used to managing trash properly until they are adults, and they will also teach it to their children. Next slide. Most Indonesian people still don't understand how to manage trash properly. One way to manage trash properly is to recycle the trash. People still don't know how to recycle trash and where the recycling result will be carried. Whereas by recycling trash, the pollution caused by trash will be reduced. In addition, it will certainly save space in the landfill. Besides being good for the environment, recycling trash can also improve the community's economy. Recycled product can be turned into a craft that can have a selling value. If people are able to use technology to recycle trash, of course, it will have a good impact. Of course, sufficient knowledge is needed by the community itself. Government socialization is needed to how to recycle trash properly and tell what the benefits are. The government should provide a trash recycling program to improve the community's economy, such as place to buy and sell handicraft from recycled trash, so that people are more enthusiastic about protecting the environment from the bad effects of trash. Next that will explain by Mayo.
Okay, thank you, Wale. The next slide here. The reason why the government should renew technology in trash management. In 2021, there will be more and more trash in Indonesia, and it cannot be managed properly. Therefore, it is necessary to create new technology that can accelerate trash management, or if we are not able to make the latest technology, at least imitate the technology that has been made by countries that are successful in trash management. We need example from development countries in terms of trash management, such as Germany, where the German government provides various types of trash bins as illustration of the various kinds of trash cans. The area given a different color on each cover, which show what type of trash can be disposed of in trash. For example, yellow can only be plastic trash, black can only be made of iron, green can only be glass bottles or other types of glass. This can indirectly facilitate the government in managing it. The German government has also implemented a vending machine where people there can exchange plastic bottle cans and glass bottle into money. This makes people more concerned about trash. Therefore, the Indonesia government needs to implement the same thing in dealing with trash in Indonesia. Next slide. The reason why the Indonesia government should provide incentive to people who have manageable trash scavenger, because they have more or less have the government tax where the choose which trash can be recycled, which cannot be recycled. If it can be recycled, it will be taken, and what cannot be recycled will be destroyed. Therefore, it is necessary to give an award in the form of money so that later they will be more enthusiastic in managing trash. Thank you.
In the end, the responsibility to keep our environment clean and healthy is everyone's obligation. So, start it with yourself first. Cross alert, violet is blue, that's enough from us. Thank you.